This episode of HTM Tech is brought to you by Rogue Energy. Rogue Energy offers a wide range of products including energy drinks and dietary supplements containing zero sugar, 0 to 5 calories, B vitamins, gluten-free, soy-free, and 100% vegan. Rogue Energy products are a great alternative to those corner store energy drinks that are loaded with sugar and cause you to crash soon after. Head over to rogueenergy.com where viewers of HTM Tech can get 10% off any order placed. Not just your first order, but any time you order. Just use offer code HTM Tech at the checkout to get your discount on one of the hottest energy drink brands on the market. Hey, don't take our word for it. Try it for yourself today.
Hey guys, Joe the Tech Guy back here with a new episode this week. For those of you who are new to the channel, make sure you do hit like and subscribe so that you can get notified every time we go live with a new episode. This week, I have something pretty cool here for you guys. I'm always kind of keeping an eye on the internet for technology. I mean, technology is what I do in my day job, and this is what I do for a YouTube channel. So I'm always keeping an eye out for new products. And I came across some here that I think that are kind of flying below the radar, like even for myself and a lot of people out there. And I wanted to kind of get these out there and make people aware of these things. I think that there's some cool stuff here, and there's some cool stuff that could be like potentially cool things kind of going forward. You'll see kind of what I'm getting into with these things here. I've got 5 things I want to get to. First one up is an interesting one. This is with regards to phone cases. I mean, this is something that, a lot of us have. Of course, I can't find it when I need to. Phone cases. So what this company has done, the company is called Reink Stone. Essentially what they've done here is on the back of the phone case, they've made it so that you can personalize your phone case with a e-ink screen on the back. Interesting concept, and it uses relatively few colors. And what's interesting is that you would think that this would be something that would kind of drain your battery life right off your phone, and I think it will to a certain extent, but it's actually connecting to the phone via NFC, which is near field communication, which is what we use for tapping to pay and all that kind of stuff. It's using that same technology, and that's how it's operating off of the back of the phone. So really, really interesting, and going for $79, as far as I can tell, in U.S. funds. So Canadian will likely cost a little bit more. So really cool product there, the Reink Stone case. It's an e-ink little display on the back of your phone case, and it allows you to personalize it. I think it's a really kind of cool concept. Next thing, we're going to venture into the world of music for this product, and this is called the Rock Dreamer Guitar Bar. This is actually a Canadian company that is doing this, and this is an interesting concept. I kind of like this. I mean, I've always been a fan of music, tried guitar playing for a little bit, just wasn't able to pick it up. I have kind of weird shaped fingers, and it just never kind of really worked, and it was really hard on my fingers. That's what they're looking to kind of get over here, is that it's really hard on your fingers when you're initially learning how to play guitar. So what this does is it's literally something that's overlays on the neck of the guitar, and you press there's buttons on there, and you press one, and it presses the proper chords to the proper strings for the appropriate chord that you're looking to play. It's kind of a gateway into learning how to play the guitar, and is a lot easier on your fingers. I think it is such a cool concept, because it's something that there's definitely that hump that I was never really able to get over it, but there's, for everybody that's learning how to play it, just an instrument in general, there's that hump of getting over it to learn how to play it, and this bridges that gap and makes it a lot easier. But you still have the feel that you should have with playing that kind of instrument. No idea on a cost for this product, unfortunately. So it's something I'll keep an eye on, and it's something that could already be out as recording this episode, or something that could be coming out in the very near future. Next is kind of an interesting one. Projectors are something that I'm kind of 50-50 on, because the picture quality on projectors has never really been all that great. the focus more on this product here. This is called the Yaeber Pico T1. This is a mini projector. The little 360-degree tripod works with all major mobile platforms and desktop operating systems, so iOS, Android, Windows, Mac, all that kind of good stuff. Has a nice little speaker on it, and it looks like it's a really compact projector, because a lot of these things are kind of a bit on the large side, kind of bulky. This product is really aiming to be very compact and very kind of easy to use, when it comes to making presentations, if you're a traveling salesman type of thing, or if you're somebody who's traveling and you want to be able to watch content, play games, and not have to worry about having a screen. A really, really cool solution here. And again, on this one, not much of an idea on the cost or whether this product is available or not, but a very interesting concept, and looking forward to seeing more in kind of that arena, because there's not a whole lot of innovation that's come with the projector. So this is a cool move in a good direction. Now the next one here is one that I wasn't initially going to put on the list, but I decided to keep it anyways, because I think it's an interesting concept. Because quite often I see, when I used to work like a really early shift in my day job, or when I used to work an evening shift, I would see a lot of people running, either early in the morning or in the evening when it's still dark outside. This is an interesting solution here. This is called the Torch Ring. This is a wearable LED flashlight that you literally wear as a ring on your hand. And it gets rather bright, 350 lumens. It's water resistant, all that kind of good stuff. But just gives you lighting so you can see where you're going when you're running, and makes you visible when it's dark outside, which is always kind of a safety issue there if you're running when it's dark outside and vehicles can't necessarily see you. So this makes you rather visible, and like I said, lets you see kind of where you're going. So a really interesting concept, and definitely one I want to include on this list here for those of you who like to run and worried about not being visible or being able to see where you're going when it's dark outside. A great idea. I think a really cool and interesting product here. Now, the main event here, I think this is actually the one that kind of sparked this idea for this particular episode here. And it's an interesting product, and I think it has a lot of pros and cons. I'm going to kind of get into those. This product is called the Rabbit. Now, essentially what the goal of this product, I had to watch the keynote a few times to kind of really get the full picture of what they're exactly looking to do with this thing. It's really interesting. What they want to do here, essentially their philosophy behind this product is, they feel that the way that we kind of interact with technology is outdated to a certain extent. The way that we use a keyboard and mouse, we use a touch screen to kind of interact with things. What they want to do is really simplify that down to just a tiny little device, and you interact with it mainly with voice. What they're saying as well, too, with digital assistants like the Google Assistant, Amazon Alexa, Siri from Apple, is that they are really good at understanding what you're asking and answering kind of simple questions. What Rabbit is saying, that these assistants are not good at actually accomplishing things for you. So that's what they're really looking to do here, is to go beyond just being kind of that virtual assistant where you just answer simple questions and kind of get the process started on doing things. What they want to do with this is actually go that extra mile and actually get things done for you, which I think is very, very interesting. They're using what they're calling a large language model, where it's basically going that extra mile for you. So what's interesting with this is essentially what they're trying to do here is, the name of the product is called the R1 Pocket Companion. That's what their platform is going to be called. Pricing is very, very interesting as well. $199. I'm not sure if that is in U.S. or Canadian funds. I'm assuming that that's U.S. funds, so probably looking closer to $300 Canadian. And essentially what you do here, some kind of I think a good way to kind of explain it is some of the demos that they kind of showed here, where you can kind of like plan a trip. You essentially say, you know what, I'm going to be going on a trip to England, plan out that trip for me. And then it would book the flight, set up your itinerary while you're there, places to visit, restaurants to visit, your return trip, and all that kind of stuff. Ordering food, instead of just saying, hey, you know what, I want most digital assistants, you would say, hey, I want to order a pizza from Pizza Hut. Kind of pull it up, and then you have to still set up the order and kind of get it going. This would just kind of do the error for you, and you would just kind of confirm. Or you can say, order me like the most popular pizza from this place. And they would place the order, and you just have to confirm the order. It'll tell you what exactly it's going to order, and you confirm it. So, interesting stuff there. Like, they even showed one where you just open the door in your fridge and hold it up to the fridge and be like, hey, so I want to make a meal out of what's in my fridge. And it would kind of pick out the individual things in your fridge and suggest, hey, here's, make a meal out of this. It's an interesting concept. I like the price. But I think it's the type of thing where a lot of, especially the Google Assistant, Siri's gotten a lot better, but it's still not where I would like it to be. The Google Assistant is right on the verge of doing this kind of stuff anyways. So I look at a product like this, I like it. I like how it looks. I like the concept there. But it's the type of thing, do we really want an additional thing to kind of carry with us on top of our phones? An additional thing that we have to charge in and keep an eye on. I think that it's a very cool concept. I see one of two things happening. Either a larger company like Apple, Facebook, or what have you, buy this company and just integrate it into the kind of what they're doing. Or this becomes like a multi-platform kind of application that you install like on your iPhone, your Android tablet, your computer, and whatnot. I think that is a more compelling thing because we already have devices that can kind of make use of that. So just have it be like an application that you can kind of put onto a device that we already have. Just asking us at this point to buy like another device that's kind of like phone-like and this kind of stuff. I know there's some people that'll interest, but I think incorporating that into a device that we already have is the better move. There's some cool concepts here. The one for trips, I'm a little reluctant on because you're literally trusting this thing to do it all for you, and then just hoping hopefully it doesn't pick like a super long or cheap flight. Hopefully it doesn't book the worst taxi service in town. Hopefully it doesn't book the crappiest restaurants in town. So it's the type of thing where cool concept, but there still needs to be the ability to look at it and be like, hey, so I see that they've had me booked at a 1-star restaurant. Let's make a little change there because I don't think that's going to be very good. So, yeah, cool concept here. I love the presentation. There's a keynote that you guys can go and check out as well. But I think it's better to be incorporated on devices that we already have. Then I think that then it can kind of become more robust and we can just integrate into what we already have, because I think that will be more than sufficient for something like this. So some cool technology there, guys. To kind of wrap it up here, just to recap briefly, we had interesting e-ink phone case, which I think is rather cool. Maybe even something that I think a lot of our viewers would be kind of interested in. For those looking for a nice gateway into learning how to play the guitar, that guitar bar from Rock Dreamer I think is a very interesting product and will save your fingers. The Yaeber mini projector, another kind of interesting thing. I like that it's really compact compared to other projectors out there. The torch ring, for those of you looking to do safer running while you're running out in the dark, a very interesting product. I see a lot of people doing that, and they are not lit very well. That's dangerous. So this is a product for those people. And, of course, the Rabbit, which is very interesting technology, but I think could be implemented in a better way than what they're looking to do. All right, guys. Well, that about wraps up here for this time. Next week, I have a very interesting review of another product for you guys. You guys have been digging the tech reviews. I have a very interesting product. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. I will reveal it very soon, but that will be on the next video, where we will talk about how tech matters. HTM Tech is brought to you by Microplay, located at 265 King George Road in Brantford, Ontario, Canada, for all of your video game and collectible needs.